world and national events from the mind of a military veteran that has served and defended this country since 1978. Insight that has been molded by the commitment and sacrifices of the Americans that are defending and have defended our freedoms for the past 247 years. Unfiltered, unedited, and certainly not PC. Here we go. We're starting off good. We are those people. Let's stand up and stand firm. Now, today I'm going to stray from the normal political and military views and discussion topics to focus on tomorrow. A very special day to a lot of people. It's Valentine's Day. First and foremost, let me wish everyone out there a very happy Valentine's Day, especially our soldiers, sailors, airmen, Marines, and Coast Guardsmen. Many will be away from their Valentine's Day tomorrow serving our country. Please keep them in your thoughts and your prayers. My hope is love and peace will prevail in our great nation, at least for this one special day. Let us put aside our differences and show what kind of people we can truly be. All right, for this year, 2021, it's estimated that Valentine's Day will bring an estimated $21.8 billion for retailers. All this because St. Valentine was martyred somewhere around 270 AD, and he was made a saint. In the Middle Ages, he was associated with courtly love then, and is now considered the patron saint of epilepsy. The first known celebration of Valentine's Day was in 496 AD. It is believed that Geoffrey Chaucer was influential in making February 14th the day for romantic love. Now, a little bit of history about it. We know that Valentine's Day occurs every February 14th across the United States and in other places around the world, with candy and flowers and gifts are exchanged between loved ones, all in the name of St. Valentine. But who is this a mysterious saint, and where did those traditions come from? All right, the history of St. Valentine's Day and the story of its patron saint is really shrouded in mystery. We do know that February has long been celebrated as a month of romance, and that St. Valentine's Day, as we know it today, contains vestiges of both Christian and ancient Roman tradition. But who was St. Valentine, and how did he become associated with this ancient rite? The Catholic Church, which is the largest Christian denomination, recognized at least three different saints named Valentine or Valentinus, all of whom were martyred. One legend contends that Valentine was a priest who served during the 3rd century in Rome, when Emperor Claudius II decided that single men made better soldiers than those with wives and family, and he outlawed marriage for those young men. Now, Valentine, being who he was, realized the injustice of this decree. I couldn't see any of us today in the military living that way. It just wouldn't happen. So, realizing the injustice of this decree, he defied Claudius and continued to perform marriages for young lovers in secret. When his actions were discovered, Claudius ordered that he be put to death. So there's our martyrdom. And still others insist that it was St. Valentine's of Terni, a bishop who was true namesake of the holiday. He too was beheaded by the same Claudius outside of Rome for the same defiance. Other stories suggest that Valentine may have been killed for attempting to help Christians escape harsh Roman prisons, which has happened, where they were often beaten and tortured. And according to one legend, an imprisoned Valentine actually sent the first Valentine greeting himself after he fell in love with a young girl, possibly his jailer's daughter. That doesn't ever work well. Who visited him during his confinement. And before his death, it is alleged he wrote her a letter signed "From Your Valentine," an expression that is still in use today. Although the truth behind the Valentine legend is murky, the stories are all emphasize his appeal as a sympathetic, heroic, and most importantly, a romantic figure. By the Middle Ages, perhaps thanks to this reputation, Valentine would become one of the most popular saints in England and France. So, guys out there, if you got any hesitation about showing your heart on Valentine's Day to your loved one, take comfort in the fact that somebody did it before you, stood up, manned up, moved on out with it. Ladies, remind him of this. While some believe that Valentine's Day is celebrated in the middle of February to commemorate the anniversary of Valentine's death or burial, which probably occurred right around AD 7 270, which we mentioned earlier. Others claim that the Christian church may have decided to place St. Valentine's feast day in the middle of February in an effort to Christianize the pagan celebration of Lupercalia, celebrated the Ides of February, or February 15th. Lupercalia was a fertility festival dedicated to Faunus, the Roman god of agriculture, as well as to the Roman founders Romulus and Remus. To begin the festival, the members of Lupercia, an order of Roman priests, would gather at a sacred cave where the infants Romulus and Remus, the founders of Rome, were believed to have been cared for by a she-wolf or lupa. The priest would sacrifice a goat for fertility and a dog for purification. They then strip the goat's hide into strips, dip them into the sacrificial blood, and take to the streets, gently slapping both women and crop fields with a goat hide. Gentlemen, I do not suggest doing this nowadays to your loved ones. It will not be looked upon nicely. Far from being fearful, Roman women welcomed the touch of the hides because it was believed to make them more fertile in the coming year. Later in the day, according to legend, all the young women in the city would place their names in a big urn. The city's bachelors would then choose a name and become paired for the year with this chosen woman. These matches often ended in marriage. Yeah, I'm going to leave that one alone. I'll leave that to y'all's imagination. There are ways to celebrate. Now, we do know that Lupercalia survived the initial rise of Christianity, but was outlawed as it was deemed unchristian at the end of the 5th century, when Pope Gelasius declared February 14th St. Valentine's Day. It was not until much later, however, the day became definitively associated with love. During the Middle Ages, it was commonly believed in France and in England that February 14th was a beginning of the bird's mating season. Hello. Which added to the idea that the middle of Valentine's Day should be a day for romance. The English poet Geoffrey Chaucer was the first to record St. Valentine's Day as a day of romantic celebration in his 1375 poem, Parliament of Fools, writing, "For this was sent on St. Valentine's Day, when every fool cometh to choose his mate." This is loaded with things that I can make commentary on, but I'm trying to be serious here. Some of you that have been in and out, you know what I'm talking about. Valentine's greetings were popular as far back as the Middle Ages, though written Valentines didn't appear until after 1400. The oldest known Valentine still in existence today was a poem written in 1415 by Charles, Duke of Orleans, to his wife while he was imprisoned in the Tower of London, following his capture at the Battle of Agincourt. The greeting is now part of the manuscript collection of the British Library in London, England. Several years later, it is believed that King Henry V hired a writer named John Lingate to compose a Valentine note to Catherine of Valois. Now, we all know there's all kinds of things associated. You see my graphic up here with Snoopy holding the hearts and expressing, his wish for a very happy Valentine's Day. And we have all kinds of angels and things like that. But the biggest icon that's associated with Valentine's Day is got to be Cupid. And I was curious as to how we came about, with Cupid. And it's really just a short thing. Cupid is often portrayed on Valentine's Day cards as a naked cherub launching arrows of love at unsuspecting lovers. But the Roman god Cupid has his roots in Greek mythology as the Greek god of love. So at least he's got that going for him. Or the god of love, or Eros or erotica. Accounts of his birth vary. Some say he was a son of Nyx and Erebus, others of Aphrodite and Eris. Still others suggest he's a son of Iris and Zephyrus, or even Aphrodite and Zeus. Now we get into what they accuse the South of, who had been both his father and his grandfather. That could be interesting. According to the Greek archaic poets, Eros was a handsome immortal played with the emotions of gods and men, using golden arrows to incite love and laden ones to sow aversion. It wasn't until the Hellenistic period that he began to be portrayed as a mischievous, chubby child he'd become on our Valentine's Day. So maybe we can get him to shoot those arrows at some folks that we really need to have them get their stuff together here. But today is a very special day. Or, well, tomorrow will be a very special day. And I wanted to take my time. Now, we're not going to get into any of the politics that I normally get into. It's a short show today, 30 minutes. For those of you who know out there that we've got some winter storms coming across. They've already hit Texas and parts of Mississippi, and they're coming into Alabama this morning or this afternoon. So please keep those folks in your hearts, minds, and prayers that they'll be good. And again, like I asked earlier, keep our troops in your thoughts and prayers, because some of those, like I said, are going to be away from their Valentines on this Valentine's Day. And I would like to, a special shout out to my daughters, Rochelle and Amanda and Jennifer and Emily. I love y'all very, very much. I will call you tomorrow. I now see that my daughter Amanda is up on our chat room. Good to see you, Amanda. Love you, darling. And to my wife, Carol, a very special Valentine's Day coming up for us. And to my friends and family out there, happy Valentine's Day to y'all. I hope it is peaceful and prosperous in the year to come to us. Now, a few things that we've got here from history on the 14th of February that occurred. The Battle of Kettle Creek in Wilkes County, Georgia, was fought against British troops during the Revolutionary War. On the flip side of that, Captain James Cook was killed in this date in 1779 by native Hawaiians. We've had some good things happen on Valentine's Day. Oregon was admitted as the 33rd state in 1859. And of course, 1876, Alexander Graham Bell applied for the patent for the telephone so we can make those important phone calls on Valentine's Day or scream at our teenage daughters to get off the phone. In 1912, Arizona, another state, was admitted as a 48th state. So we can share the love and bring more folks into this fold. And 1929, the St. Valentine's Day Massacre. 7 people, to include 6 rival gang members of Al Capone, were gunned down in a Chicago barbershop. We can even be vicious on this day of love and romance. Now, these notable people were born on February 14th, 1859. George Washington Gale Ferris is the inventor of the Ferris wheel. For those of you that like to get stuck up the top on Valentine's Day and do your thing. Actor John Barrymore. Actor and comedian and musician Jack Benny, who is always 39. 1913, Teamster Union leader Jimmy Hoffa, who we don't know what he's doing today. 1921, actor Hugh Downs. 1934, actress and stage star Florence Henderson. 1946, actor and outstanding choreographer and dancer Gregory Hines. 1948, though he'll never tell you, Teller of Penn and Teller. And in 1960 was Meg Tilly. Now, like I said, today's going to be a short show. And just because I want to be able to give time for everybody to do their thing. And I want to make this a weekend where we can show our love for everybody around us, not get involved in all the politics and all the crazy things that happen to occur. So it's kind of gathering all my thoughts together here. Yeah, that may be a long time to get that done. Now, one thing I did come across and looking at it, this thing's actually got a political bent to it, which really surprised me. There's actually some political action groups out there that are trying to use Valentine's Day as a way to get the government to give them some more money. One of them is the Candy Lobby. Stands to reason, don't it? They saw an increase in 2013 during our economic downturn, the severe one we had. So they're looking to gain some more money, get some more help. They're trying to contain the sugar. So we even have politics on Valentine's Day. So I'm going to go ahead and close this out. I really don't have a whole lot more to say. So, but on this Valentine's Day, we need to hold those we love close in our arms and in our hearts. There's no better cure and no better inoculation for the pains and trials we face today than the love of our families and friends on this very special day. We need to hold each other for unity throughout the year. And if we haven't been, let's make this Valentine's Day the start to a new beginning of holding each other close and guiding ourselves through the days ahead. So, to everybody out there, from View from Military Mind and my family to yours, to my special friends I have out there, happy Valentine's Day. To my brothers and sisters in arms, happy Valentine's Day. Be safe, be careful. God bless, and God bless America. This is your host, Terry Mills from View from Military Mind, Valkyrie Productions. Happy Valentine's Day, and have a good day.